And I'm speaking to you as an expert of international relations and diplomacy. You've made to the point that diplomatic arrangement between two states, America, and such sensitive military matters. Tienye, Okuja to Ablakwa, Foreign Affairs Minister, when you have somebody who is more of a talker than a thinker, this is what happens. You are the #1 diplomatic agent of our nation by virtue of the fact that you are the Foreign Affairs Minister. No two ways about it. So, by virtue of you being the Foreign Affairs Minister, you get the opportunity to sit on certain sensitive meetings and boards, which you acquire certain knowledge, of which those knowledge is not for public consumption. Because according to the Vienna Convention for consular and diplomatic relations, Article 24 is very clear that diplomatic documents are inviolable. It means you cannot reveal them. So only Ghana, America, Nigeria, have a pact for a special military operations. Na say ye ma mo kwan say momra me reveal, because you are more of a talker than a thinker. You go and release such sensitive information to the public. Okuja to Ablakwa, bibia you okay there? Bibia you okay? When you know, sir, because you said every nation is a sovereign state, and for that matter, you cannot interfere in their territory. And any act of say Ghana, combined with US, now omo akọ terrorist force so can say Nigeria. This is a classified security cooperation agreement which will never be reviewed. But Kasaya would de. So you are speaking about classified. Unless you are able to tell me, sir, at the time I want to not declassified information. If it is not, the dangers is not even just personal. You are only putting Ghana at risk. Because when you can expose such intelligence sources, it has the tendency of damaging bilateral relations, bilateral trust between you and America, between you and any other state, because any other thing be that's why you're so reckless. So about what baby. Now the first diplomatic agent of our nation. How can any other person trust you? And Okuja to say, you know omoko agreement. Ono omoko agreement in such agreement per Article 75. Okuja to Ablakwa per Article 75 of the 1992 Constitution. Such agreements are supposed to be brought before Parliament for ratification. Okuja to Ablakwa mekanchire me say. A year parliamentary ratification. I know say he was talking about military bases in the past, and he was not even coherent as to which one we've ratified as a year Ghanaians, because I know say in the case of Bamfo and Bamfo, the courts were very clear. Said in anything, whether note verbal, whether any agreement between us, even if it's just a mere without any treaty, written agreement, is supposed to be brought before Parliament. Although it's executed by president on behalf, it could be you doing that, but you must bring it before Parliament. By catching you say, what they call a year Parliament, and you ratify, say, ampa, obetimi ako. No more kwa yes, our operations in Nigeria. No. So when you put such a year classified information, such sensitive matters, watching a terrorist for it in Nigeria, I'm saying, Ghana for the bad boy, yes, sir. When you have a foreign affairs minister who is more propagandist than behaving like a foreign affairs minister, that's what happens. Now you are jeopardizing this country. A national security issue. A national security issue. You have no idea the position you occupy, the position. You have very little to no idea. So you are very reckless with your comments. You think we are foreign affairs, and you can't want some. And Crawford a deal when you foreign affairs. Foreign affairs in your baby, a casa baby. If it's a diplomacy, there are certain things that all across the world, it has become a customary practice. Some military corporations on the quiet are done. Sharing of intelligence on the quiet are done. But when we share intelligence and we cooperate with you on the quiet, and your foreign affairs minister is so reckless and he puts such sensitive information out there, it has the tendency of jeopardizing the trust that other nations, other superior nations will have in our security intelligence. So, Okuja to Ablakwa, national security call into order. We nim she, aban fo, aban kankan, womunim hwe. And my culture, yes, international relations, micro masters in international relations and diplomacy. Be bien wo kujeto ya menti asia. One trade ya wo ya no asia. Kujeto ablakwa. Na yan sorry mfro kujeto ablakwa ho. Na yan ko Sam George, ba yenti ababa we.
Me ko tia meti. Mate say. Ora Sam George say you send ba be re-registration of your SIM card no. Sam George, jama will be your own. I didn't work as a Ghana for near what I just saw. It didn't know person we see resources and time. Every government be a baswa re-registration of SIM card, sir, operation we are over by and for so dear man pan and ever bro mine. Who need you maybe the own? One gas our Juma no cry or some Muhammad you because you don't fit. What sign yasa approve. The Ben as had they wake up parliamentar, matters yes, ma approve. Ain't two Baba Henya, me and Masha Ghana for him. I signed the date at Basse, Baba re registration of Ghana SIM card. Kashenko demand to you know that. Started that rubbish.
Started that rubbish. We're here. We're going to do the SIM registration. I didn't say re-registration. I said SIM registration.
Obwa, semantics. Obwa. Sam George, semantics. Get the hell out. I didn't say SIM registration. Re-registration. I said registration. You're only using semantics to deceive the people. Registration or re-registration, is it not going to be the same process? Is it not the same Krofonko Genevium? Yentie Sam George.
This is the first time in our history as a country where we'll be doing a proper biometric registration.
That is a lie. Again,
I've heard people say, but
a lie that must be thrown to the bottom pit of hell. Sam George, when you speak, you think, Okasa yenti, Ogasa onem kola bi na edi nkomo. Ogasa ye Jimmy, ye nim de ye o man mu nyasa. Sam George, Ogasa ye nko school. Etu be gina na use semantics. I said registration. I did not say registration. Useless exercise. Registration, re-registration. The people are going to be put under the scorching sun. Registration, re-registration. The people are going to lose productive hours. The people are going to lose bread and butter issues. So technology there, maybe I will head in a technology. Technology is supposed to make life simpler for people. But of course, what motivates Sam George is clearly not a policy that will help the people. Policy that will make the lives of the people better, but clearly driven by a procurement. That is how come Sam George and Niabre registration. I didn't say registration.
Sam George, you said we shouldn't register in the past. Go and listen to what I said. I didn't say let's not register. I said we should not register because the processes that were being undertaken at the time would not fix the problems that existed. I spoke about the need for us to have biometric verification.
Biometric verification, Sam George, Okasi Yankola, Okasi Jimmy. Ghana for no Jimmy. I said the processes is what is blah blah blah, and the people need biometric registration. Biometric. Sam George is all about SIM registration. Common sense should tell Sam George. Ediana Wobabaya also. The entire year be another registration altogether. You didn't call for my Koguium, or more call for Mobumfa, or more call from Cocotia, or more call from Kena and Mosso, or more call from our Bracas, or more call from a year, a would massy, or more call from a year we are massy. Agona, woman in a Sammy Gyamfi, and it says, Sam George say. Biometric diabet, you can biometric no. Nina and say on fingerprint. O fingerprint anyway, o people, or I know, and only year pick here. Okay, so a DNT years pick biwa. Sam George is you. A year back on a slow you know. One sync the data of NIA to that of a year NCA, which is NCA to that of NIA, which is National Identification Authority. Eti yensanya ni bio. Na yensanya ni bio no. What Sam George is now saying is that kwa kopeke biometrics. Sam George, such a useless venture, a useless process. Edientia kopeke. Okay, first of all, state in there through NIA, National Identification Authority, ajejem for biometrics. So wonsa wani ni nyina na ewo NIA hodida. Tie de make yi. As it stands now, telco suno me number 0242 a last number is 61. Telco suno ni say Okatakyie Afrifa dia. It's just Sam George and there was wo pesiki nyesika na wo pedi. Tie de make yi Sam George and wa adwene ni mu odua. Technology is supposed to make life simpler for people. It's again sinking NCA and NIA data. When in actual fact, you can simply go for the data of NIA. Because NIA, any Mr. Afrifa, time or more register a NIA cards. You busa Afrifa say, oh, personal primary number, number bomb personal primary number, mano. And I was secondary number, then no about money. Into NIA document, NIA records. Okatakyie Afrifa number, ye nimu dia Okatakyie Afrifa number. It's just Sam George kwaji the data from NIA. Na se nye sikani procurement wo bepe bi adie. Na so de ba NCA, the only thing he has to do is now to create an app. If it's a meno ka say yaji udin da, yaji fingerprint, fingerprint is with a NIA data. So there is no point having to go and queue and give the state another the same process, any the same information which has already been given to the state through a NIA. So your phone number, your biometrics, your facial data, your digital identity footprint, and when we have useless people in positions of power who have very little or next to nothing about how governance works, common sense does not prevail because the only thing that drives them is money, procurement, nothing more, nothing less. Sam George said, a lie. NIA or records in United States was here lie. It is a verification our person we are, and we are simple. America form microphone ko jina sunu muso munko saka line kwaya SIM card registration. The obey so be create app. You betimi download the app no your phone so. Na sa app no, wo betimi you uko process no process na ka kire say NIA data ni yewo say yewo Okatakyie Afrifa na number last number 61 yewo dia. Eti twa wanim, wo de ade no hwe wanim a na etwa o smartphone etwa krew no upload it. Yes, if you biometrics for the show on Sasua, ne chat no upload it. Who we are, yes, Ebia, Ghana card no upload your children anymore, you upload it just so you can marry it and verify your data. And stop this useless process a more modi ni pebe femo, Emma man for a home by or in the name of SIM card registration. What kind of useless governance is this? Common sense is not supposed to be a crime, but it looks like this government is losing common sense. Why must the poor people lose daily wages simply because of SIM card registration? One. Why must market women, drivers, students go and queue in long hours just to go undergo a SIM card registration? What kind of useless governance is this? What useless of a governance is this? Governance said, yeah, the technology, my mom for no tom, yeah, the technology, and my mom for no when you when you about Bonnie when you trim or be in trouble at your dinty on yet. Say, I haven't said SIM card registration. I've said registration. Wait your registration again. In any case, so person Obayana Eslusu and marry the data at NCA to NIA. The ayadije did not sink in. Sink it. Data is sitting on NIA can I say service. Data na eslusu jije. Unless you are telling us that eslusu data na wajije. It is not sitting on NIA service. If it is sitting on NIA service, just sync it to the NCA service. Sync it with the NIA document and stop this nonsense of having to put the people through the same process because what kind of other common sense, afahin? Huh? Sam George, common sense, common sense. Systems are supposed to make life more simpler for people. It's a database, it meets citizenship, it meets voter eligibility, it meets passport issuance. Name it do SIM card registration, we cannot use it. What nonsense of a minister is this? Huh? Munshia de mo bonin ne woman procurement in what are they? One procurement, it's much you swag in my mouth for no one tomo. Oba the Eslosu Gigi, is sitting on the service of NC. It is Eslosu and go a step further by marrying those data to that of the NIE. Just go ahead and marry them and stop putting the people under unnecessary pressure. Wo na no ye SIM card registration. Wo see as lo ye. This is what you said. Yenti.
No SIM card registration. No SIM card registration.
Take, for example, if you are saying that the last registration that was done, that's the argument of the ministry, that some people used fraudulent national ID cards to register their SIM cards. That should not mean that all 32 million active SIM card holders in Ghana today, or all 32 million active SIM card, the holders must go through a re-registration. Identify those whose cards are fraudulent, because you can do that using the Ghana card registration database, the NIA database. You can do that using the EC voter database. You do that using the SNIT database.
Utiri koto okwatena wonim se yebetimi ahwe omo omo de ne fraudulent ne ya omo nko ade. And still, you can use it using the NIA database. You can use it using the voter registration database. You can use it using the and so by any the OCS go through the same process because our procurement ubenya biedi utiri koto wate. Wo dem re wane kokorafo befa ha mu no. What you are
database. These are, and even the national health insurance, these are all biometric databases that we are synchronizing in the country. So you can do a cleanup of that data.
So when you say a clean up, we're using DVLA, using NIA database, using this, using that. And yet we should undergo another hot scorching sun, under the scorching sun to go and do another process.
Many months later.
Mr. Speaker, one of the key things that we need to do, which I stated emphatically during my vetting, was a proper SIM re-registration. And we don't need to do just a SIM re-registration. We need to do a central equipment identity.
So in one breath, a SIM re-registration.
And so let me just segue here. We're going to do the SIM registration. I didn't say re-registration. I said SIM registration.
Sam George said,
this is the first time.
Of the ministry that some people use fraud at all 32 million active SIM card holders. That should not mean that all 32 million active SIM card holders in Ghana today, or all 32 million active SIM card, the holders must go through a re-registration. Identify those whose cards are fraudulent, because you can do that using the Ghana card registration database, the NIA database. You can do that using the EC voter database. You do that using the SNIT database, and do that using the DVLA database. And even the national health insurance, these are all biometric databases that we are synchronizing in the country. So you can do a cleanup of that data.
Many months later.
Mr. Speaker, one of the key things that we need to do, which I stated emphatically during my vetting, was a proper SIM re-registration. And we don't need to do just a SIM re-registration. We need to do a central equipment identity register.
Semantics. Semantics. Get the hell out. You are using semantics to deceive the people. And that is how come I get so angry and furious, and sometimes I go overboard. Because when clearly you can tell that the organized economic crime, a group of people, are using semantics to deceive the masses, it infuriates me. It gets me angry. In one breath, we are not doing re-registration. We are doing registration. Mr. Speaker, we need to do some re-registration. Mr. Speaker, we don't need to do. We can do a cleanup by synchronizing the database of NIA passport. Utika kraka semedie. Wuni mninyina. One day, no re-registration. The next day, re-registration. The SIM card, you could. Some you utika kraka semedie. What else one need mechi? Just how the man for never for trouble. Munana allow let them live their life and stop this nonsense of. Why do you guys continuously use Ade? Omi aso nkwa didi wate. Omi aso nkwa didi. Yan sorry mfiri oba before see ebe sorry afiri ho no. NDC fo no. Nanaba no wo hefa. Omaja na chididi ana. Yango good board. Banana before see ebe ko good board no. Yan hwe women of valor fo no. Why? Ebia na hu ahofe in a long while. Let me give you something nice to women of valor. NDC. Nanaba. Sewa, I'm here. Sewa, I am here. NDC for mo sewa, I'm here. Na mo kon just say mo pressure. Eko wi mo. Yen he we so. Women of valor. Omani make up nefe. We yo. We na NDC for no one ye dwa. O matu mo de ti asankrego abese okobi wo ho. Women of valor, he said in a no ye litane, a ye booby, said almost yes steamy, as a mutias and baby. Omuntia who? Omuntia who? Women of valor. Oh, Omuntia who? Nanaba. Yaba baby so sere, Yaba baby, Utrisa ye. It is a Casana Kakra and Bibi 1 word. Now we did matter. And Nanaba Momba count. Okay, Nanaba, Mamma give it to them. Young good board scandal. Hey! Sikani ya chicheni say. Hey, yentie boy.
I'm so sad as a Ghanaian. I'm so sad. You sell our gold 18 tons, and few months you want to buy the gold back, and you're buying it at a higher price, and the difference is over $1 billion US. This is not just causing financial loss to the state. This is a serious corruption activity. Yes, this is a serious corruption activity. It was planned.
Okay.
Yeah, some people are really enriching their pockets.
No crepa.
Sometimes we say that let's allow the youth in governance. Sammy Gyamfi, is he not a youth? What is he doing?
Sammy.
The guy is a thief.
Hey,
he's a bloody thief.
Oh, Nyabuti.
I am telling you, Sammy Gyamfi is a thief.
Nyabuti.
Yes. May God have mercy on us.
Nyabuti. Nya